G-Man, I've never really dealt with you. I've never had a reason to. I deal with stupid, not crazy. But you did something this morning that was absolutely abhorrent. Everybody knows how I feel about doxing. I don't think anybody should dox anybody. Now, you've pulled your 2 videos down where you dox many, many people. The problem is, people have your channel set to auto-download any video you put up as soon as they're put up. So those 2 videos permanently exist in several people's hands now because you did something stupid. So you have doxed people, you've retracted the videos and made a weak-ass apology, but again, you figure 1% of your viewership will have your channel set to auto-download. That's 7 people minimum that have those videos permanently. You see, once things are put on the internet, odds are they are there forever. So you might have retracted the videos, but what are those other 7 people going to do? Are they going to push forward and keep doxing these people because you did something stupid? I agree with Red. No more protection for you. I'm not going to dox you because I don't believe in doxing. But I don't want to stop other people from doing it anymore. You fucked up, and now you have to live with the repercussions. So I'm sorry, G-Man. You fucked up real bad this time. Live with it.
And again, they've done this for years with people.
This isn't the only friend I've got about my real life.
Yeah, I mean,
the whole G-Man getting called at work. I'll admit my part in that was to create the Gary Ridgeway meme, but that was something that I did with Look a Pig back in the day. But eventually, somebody, and it was Look a Pig, called him at work,
and we didn't, and everybody denounced it.
Everybody was like, "No, that's not cool."
Not everybody.
Well, okay, you're right. That other side supported that kind of behavior.
Right, they were the ones that encouraged it, and they said, well, they called G-Man at work, and he locked a bunch of people, children, I might add, into his work with him to deal with a prank phone call that should not have ever been a thing in real life.
Sounding voices, we have to go to the uncomfortable topic.
Oh, is this the policing your own thing?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, 2 things. 1, Gary Ridgeway is Look a Pig. 2, he's not welcome here anymore. Well, I do have one thing positive to say to G-Man. I was having an argument with this, and a lot of people disagree with me, but you know what? I still think that I owe G-Man an apology, even if it's a small one. I did claim, I jokingly said that atheism got him fired, that it's really his own fault that he got fired, except it's really not. Because G-Man is not, I know some people disagree, I think you do specifically, Sokka, but Lookapig clearly pushed in as hard as he could, called his work many times, until, let's face it, he's a child mind. He did something stupid and stand in line and recorded it. So in which case, Lookapig then called the boss and specifically told the boss where to find videos of G-Man doing things he probably shouldn't at work. Now, it's wrong. G-Man obviously was a terrible employee, and they're right to fire him once they found out. However, it was us, our community, trying to hurt, not our community, but Lookapig, wanted to hurt G-Man and figured I could get him fired by doing this.
But let's keep something in mind, though. But JD, just one thing. He often made videos from behind the counter at work, okay? He often did that. It was only a matter of, most corporate culture does not put up with that.
Oh, I
it's
agree.
only a matter of time. It would only have, I mean, it can be argued that all Lookapig did was accelerate an inevitable timeline. And frankly, I'm okay with that.
Honestly,
no. Come on. Letting things spill over into the real world and calling somebody's job and purposefully going after their employment.
This guy has shown that he has no honor, no scruples, and no boundaries.
I don't care.
Okay, well that's nice.
Okay.
You can. That's nice.
Wait,
No. The fact that he's a dick, the fact that G-Man is a dick, does not justify you to be a dick, right?
Yes.
I don't see it that way. I'm sorry.
Two moral wrongs do not make a right.
You don't.
I'm with Barney on this one.
I said you don't. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say that I don't condone calling people's work. It's not because I particularly feel for G-Man, because I think G-Man honestly could go to jail and I'd be thrilled. But I think that it's that for the sake of the entire community, you don't do that, right? So for the sake of everybody, you don't do that.
So I've listened to a little bit of this, and since I was the one blamed for all of this and at the focal point of it, here's my thing. Even now, do I think that his job should have been called? No. Believe it or not, I don't think so. But here's why. I don't want it to be a justification that if you piss someone off enough, that is the go-to. I don't want to make that a thing. We already know.
It's the argument that Hogtie gave about the instant karma kind of thing. You know, some arsehole driving a car, you know, gets in a complete rage with someone, gets out of his car to berate someone, and leaves his car, and it's not in, you know, the brakes aren't on, and it rolls away and crashes. Now, there's a difference between us laughing at that and one of us getting in the car and pulling the brake off.
Yeah, and encouraging it, right? So there's a difference between seeing it happen and going, no man, don't do that, and actually being like, yeah, I'll totally do that, but I don't want to take the heat from it.
I think that, and that's the point that's lost. I don't think that we've said this before, is that there's two separate questions here, okay? And one of them was, is what Gary Ridgway did by calling the work right? You know, was that a correct action to do? And I think that there's an unanimous agreement here that no, that probably was not the right course of action to go about there. But then the other question is, did G-Man deserve what he got? Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In that sense, like, he was the architect for everything. Like, for all the stuff that happened, and this is like the point that I was saying before, was that he is the one that caused this. This wouldn't have happened, if G-Man wasn't G-Man, if he didn't conduct himself in this way.
And here's the thing, I stood up for G-Man for that, and yet they came out again. This is one of the reasons why we wanted nothing to do with that group. They do these kinds of things. They support these kinds of things, and when we stand up and say, no, this is wrong.
Perfectly. The name is right. The birth date is right. The town in a particular state in the Midwest is right. No, I'm not going to go into depth just how much I know. Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me. You weren't around at the time, but Bull remembers and Reds remembers because he hates this topic.
How many videos were made about the whole DNA dissolving or degrading in water? How many videos were made on this? Because that was about the topic, right? Couldn't count.
Oh my god, I couldn't even fathom. I couldn't tell you.
But then
it was
they
in
started
the
moving
hundreds.
away from that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was dozens to say the least. But then they started moving away from that, and they started making it into personal attacks with people. I noticed this. Bull noticed this. Red's noticed this. Red used to be friends with these people too.
You guys have bad taste.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Have I said anything that's incorrect, Reds? Anything?
I do want to clarify something. I want to make sure that people get the whole story and not just part of it. When it came to the G-Man calling fucking his work bullshit and stuff like that, I was actually a part of that. I was a part of that call that called G-Man's work. If there was a reason why we did that. Looking back on it now, that was a shitty thing to do, and quite frankly, I should apologize to G-Man for allowing that shit to happen. But the reason why we actually did it was because G-Man was lying about getting fired and was asking for donations on the fucking internet because he was fired. So we showed that he was lying about getting fired, therefore he was asking for donations under false pretenses. Granted, that was way too fucking far. I'm not sure why the fuck I thought that was a good idea. And you know what, G-Man? If you want an apology, I'll tell you right here, right now. I'm sorry. That shouldn't have never fucking happened. That was a bullshit thing to do. And yeah, I'm really fucking sorry about that. Yeah, it is a bullshit. It is. Hang on. Not that. It is a bullshit thing to do. And I'm gonna say that. Hey, listen, G-Man, if you're watching this, you know, give me a shout on fucking Twitter or something, and I'll give you an apology on a private phone call, just the two of us. All right, there's that.
And
There is something you said where there,
That's it. Good. Oh, good.
there is an appropriate way and an inappropriate way to do it. The way you guys went about it was inappropriate, but to confirm whether or not he was doing something under false pretenses is not, that's acceptable. So you could have contacted his work and be like, hey, this is going on, does this person work for you or not? Without having to like call him while he was at work. There were other ways to go about it that would have been appropriate. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Hang on. But here's the thing, guys. Exposing it would have solved nothing. At most, G-Man was going to make maybe $10 off of his fucking GoFundMe. It really didn't warrant the response that it got. So fuck it, as far as I'm concerned.
But here's the thing, and I respect the fact you apologize for that.
That's fair. I was around for this.
But has G-Man ever apologized for threatening to call my landlord to get me evicted? No.
No. But here's the thing. No. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that people don't seem to understand, and this is something that Unirock doesn't seem to fucking understand. I can be the better person. Let's hypothetically say that Steve McRae is the second coming of Hitler, and that you've seen him do some pretty nasty shit. You don't have to be as bad as him. Be a better fucking person. So you know what? G-Man can do all this shady back level shit. I don't care. The fact is that I'm a better person. I will admit when I overstepped. I fucking overstepped, and that's it. Nothing else needs to be said there.
Listen, these people have one thing in common, all of them. They always project what they do onto other people who don't do them.
you?
My name is Jose. Doing good. Okay. I only have one question. Okay. I hear what you say all the time, and I nobody asked the important question about Jesus. You know this, right?
The important questions about Jesus, I agree with you. A lot of people don't ask the important questions.
Yeah, of course. I feel like they don't follow the Bible. And I tell people all the time, nobody do this when Jesus was there. Nobody. And I find it disgusting that somebody would say all the things they say. Because Jesus would never go like that. He would ask the silliest question. And here is basically the silliest question. And I bet you that you know the silliest question.
Are you saved?
No. There is a bigger question that Jesus asked. When he was hanging from the cross, he asked the main important question.
You're losing me. What's the question?
Okay. So remember when they were torturing Jesus, and he was being condemned. He made them carry the big cross. Who was the person that helped him?
Wasn't the Ethiopian? You talking about the one that helped him with the cross? I think it was a Gentile.
Yes, and when they were
trying to help me carry his cross, if I'm not mistaken.
And when they were carrying the cross, Jesus asked him the question too, and he asked all of the crowd and of the soldiers, and also when he was being crucified, he was screaming the question.
Are you talking about Jesus or the person that was helping him carry the cross?
No. Jesus was saying the question, and was also doing this to the people, as well as the people who helped him with the cross, as well as the people who was even to the Father. When he says, "Father, do not worry about these people, for they know not what they do." I think what he meant with that.
That's not a question. That's a statement. That's not a question.
No. But after that, it was they know not the question, and with the answer to the question. Okay, and so the question be, G-Man, who are you going to vote for Dumb Fuck of the Year?
Oh shit! You're disgusting. You're disgusting. You are disgusting, Red Rhetoric.
Oh man. they're laughing in the live feed over there. Even his own followers say they're laughing and say sorry.
What's going on in his live feed? What did you say about
his live feed? They're all his own people are cracking up in his live feed. They're like, sorry. Shouting for Christ is even like epic.